Hello everybody, it's me, Hairless Penny. Today I am playing Town of Salam 2. Today I am just starting it out. Let's do the tutorial. Town of Salam may not be a simple game, but Salim? Salami. I'm just gonna say salami because it's easier. But fear not, we have a tutorial ready for you, ready to go to get you through the basics if you are a new player. We highly recommend taking a look. Would you like to check it out? Yes, please. How to play. Welcome to Town of Salami 2. Town of Salami 2 is a 15-player social deduction game where each player is assigned a special role with distinct abilities. During the day, the paranoid town conducts trials and hangs those who believe are evil. By night, the coven and other dangers strike at the town to further their own goal. What is a role? Your role is your job within Salami, and dedicates what abilities you have, who your teammates are, and how you win the game. At the start of each game, each player is assigned a role from the game's role list. Your role is a secret from other players, but you do not know their roles either. This means you often do not know who is friend or foe, and that is where the fun begins. Your goal is usually to ensure that your role's faction is the last one standing. The people of the town are a paranoid bunch that aim to rid Salami of evildoers, but do not know who is friend and who is foe. They achieve this primarily through voting and trials during the day. The Coven is a small group of witches that weave its magic and schemes in the night to purge Salami of the meddlesome townies, and those are not within their fold. No, you will still win with your faction even if you died along the way. You go the Apocalypse faction are a few individuals who become the Horsemen of the Apocalypse to bring the end to Salami. The neutral killing role are loners who mostly just want to murder everyone with a role that is not their own. Racism. There's one exception to the faction. Neutral evil roles are not beholden to any faction or to each other. Each neutral evil role has their own special objective, independent from the struggles of Salami's factions, and win or lose alone. Town of Salami 2 is structured into a strict cycle of day and night, governed by a timer. The day consists of discussing and trials, while the night is dangerous time for townies, protecting those who they trust and their enemies striking against them. Death toll phase, discussion phase, voting phase, possibly trial phase, night phase, and result phase. Pick names and role assignments. Before the game begins, players choose a name to use during the round. They are assigned their role from the role deck. Each card in the role deck is only assigned once. Through multiple players, this may have the same role. The day begins with a discussion of the previous night's events and who should be held responsible for them. Supposed townies share information to try and deduce who among them is lying, and everyone else spreads their lies to keep the town confused. Voting phase. Once enough time has passed, voting will begin to determine who will be put on trial. Trials are primarily a way the town may attempt to remove evil players from the ranks. A majority of living players may vote for the same person for a trial to be held. Note that the day will end following a guilty verdict, but there is time for up to 3 trials in a day if no one is found guilty. Once a trial begins, first the accused player has the chance to convince everyone that they are innocent. Then players vote whether or not to hang the defendants. Upon death, a hanged player role will last will are revealed. Did the town make the right decision, or have you made a terrible mistake? A dead player, hanged or otherwise, cannot speak to the living. They can only watch as events unfold, unable to help their team nor harm their foes. Night phase. Many roles may choose to use their abilities and whom to target during this phase. This decision is not final till the end of the night. The Coven may talk among themselves in confidence to plan their next move. Everyone else is on their own, for better or for worse. The night is also a good time to update your last will. Townies should use the last will to record their actions. The truth can be used to later help weed out evil. Sometimes even everyone else often uses their last will to record a fake account of the night. During the day, you may not be asked to send your last will to the chat, not having something to share is often a fatal mistake. Oh wait, you may be asked. I read that wrong. I'm sorry, chat. Results phase. At the end of the night, the results of the night's choices are calculated and revealed to the involved players. Did something happen to you? What were the results of abilities you used on someone else? Pro tip: these results are important and no one else can see them. Write them down in your last will or notepad. Death toll phase. As the sun rises, the night's casualties are revealed. Newly dead players are revived, including their role, last will, and cause of death. The cause of death will reveal the faction or role of who killed them. Was it the Coven, a serial killer, someone else? Bum bum bum. With fresh information and more fuel for the town's anger, the discussion phase of the day begins to cycle anew. This sequence will continue until only one faction remains. The game screen. Now let's go over to game screen and panels. This is the dock. Many sub-menus be accessed here, including your last will, which will allow you to show others players when you die. Your private notes, which for whatever you want to remember. As a Coven member, the Necronomicon is found here during the day. Use it during the day to vote on who will have it that night. This is the chat window. Use it to talk to other players. Other important messages and results appear here too. Crap, I'm bad at typing. I'm not good with grammar. Well, spelling, really. The graveyard is the list of dead players and their roles. You may also view their last wills from here. The role list is a list used to assign roles at the start of the game. This information is useful to assist in determining what claims are possible and what is not. The clock tells us what day it is and how much time is left in the phase. This is the ability menu. It contains the list of players, statuses you know of, and where most abilities select that target, and where most abilities select a target at night. During the voting phase, you may also vote a player to trial from here. This is your role card and contains information about your role. You can see more information by hovering over the circles. Special abilities can be used by clicking on the shield. Ooh, we'll cover this in more detail next. Role card. This is a role card. It contains all the information you'll need about your role. Each role has different abilities and their own ways of helping their factions or furthering their goals. A summary of your role can be found at the very top with the role's icon. This contains your faction, alignment, goal, and a brief description of your abilities. Attack and defense come in a few different strengths. They're referred to by the following terms. An attack will be lethal if its power is greater than the target's defense. No attack, no defense. Basic attack, basic defense. Powerful, powerful. Unstoppable, invincible. Holy moly! Attack and defense. Your role is attack and defense are found at the top. An attack will kill its target if the target has a lower defense than attacker's power. Some roles can only attack according to specific rules. Not all roles have an attack. Defense will not protect someone from being hanged during a trial. Some abilities may add defense to themselves or protect another player. The target of an attack will know whom they were attacked, but not know. The target of attack will know they were attacked, but not by whom. Special abilities. Some roles have a special ability that can be used by selecting the shield. These often cannot be used during certain phases indicated by chains. Note that your target and choice of ability used during the night are not final till the end of the night phase. Some abilities have pips to indicate how many times they may be used. Like those little balls. 1, 1, 2, bum. Abilities. Many roles have other abilities that can be found here. The ability panel is the most common place to use these, allowing you to select a target. Many abilities are only usable at night. Your target and choices of night abilities are not final to the end of the night phase. They really are repeating that a lot. Attributes. Your role's attributes can be found at the very end of the battle. After the abilities. I am playing way too many battle games. This contains your victory count conditions and other special properties of your role, like immunities, special mechanics, and more. Roles and factions. The roles and towns of Salami 2 are split into several factions, which each different from the last. Let's go over the characters and some examples. The town faction is the uninformed majority of Salami. Townies do not know who is friend and who is foe. In the face of the trials, everyone claims to be friendly. And in the face of the trial, everyone claims to be friendly. Their goal is to sort out the lies and rid Salami of evildoers. Each day, trials are their main way to rid of Salami of evil. No amount of defense will protect a player from being hanged if that is how the majority votes, and being the majority is the biggest advantage. The town includes many people with many skills. Many of those skills focus on teamwork. For example, town investigative roles search for information at night to share with other players. Not a single townie has natural defense on their own, but town protective roles protect other players at night. Be wary of liars, and as no one willingly admits to being evil, your objective is to sniff out evil before they snuff out the town. Und the Seraph is a town investigative role that searches a player each night to determine if they seem suspicious. A cleric is a town protective role that visits a player each night and casts a protective barrier to defend their target. The jailer is a town power role that chooses a player each day to detain at night. That player is safe from other visits, but the jailer may execute them if they believe a prisoner to be evil. The veteran is a town killing role that may go on alert at night up to 3 times per game. While alert, they deal a powerful attack to anyone who visits. The Coven is a small group that know who its members are and can converse with each other at night. Their goal is to rid the Salami of the townies, and anyone who's not in their full Coven abilities tend to change and bend the rules of as we know them, from changing someone's last will to silence them during the day or to make someone look suspicious. The Coven may talk with each other at night. The Coven's primary way of killing someone is a special book called the Necronomicon. The Necronomicon is passed from player to player according to a daytime vote access through the dock. At night, the Coven members with the Necronomicon will deal a basic attack to their target and will not appear suspicious to a sheriff. A witch may take control of a player's action each night, dedicating their targets and visits. An illusionist that weaves a spell over another Coven member each night, making them appear, isn't it, to all who investigate them. The Voodoo Master spends their night making dolls of each player. These players are silenced by the next day, unable to speak. The Apocalypse. The members of the Apocalypse begin as anyone else, but upon completing their objectives, transform into one of the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse. Their goal is mainly to bring an end to Salami. Normally, one member may be in a game at once. Normally, only one member can be in a game at once. Each of the 4 roles have a different objective to complete in order to transform. Only Berserker has an attack before they transform. While alone, all 4 have basic defense, all except the Berserker, who will not appear suspicious to a sheriff. The Baker hands out bread each night, and when enough players have it, they become the Horsemen of Famine. The Berserker may attack with the full moon. Once they have tasted blood, they may attack every night. Once 3 kills have been made, the transformation into the Horsemen of War. The Plague Bearer inflicts a player each night, and those players spread it further with their visits. When all players are infected, they become the Horsemen of Pestilence. The Soul Collector spends their nights reaping souls from Salami and beyond the grave. When enough are gathered, they become the Horsemen of Death. Neutral killing roles. Neutral killing roles are loners whose sole purpose is to murder everyone and survive, if to be the last one standing. All of them have their ways of killing, but the methods vary. All of them have natural defense, and there are multiple of the same neutral killing role. They win together as a faction. This serial killer role attacks each night and will attack anyone that tries to get in their way. The Arsonist plays a longer game. Each night, they douse a player in gasoline. When the time is right, they ignite all their victims at once. The Werewolf goes on a powerful rampage each full moon. Their other nights are spent tracking descents of players to see who they visit. Neutral evil roles are solo players who fulfill special goals and leave chaos in their wake. Their victory or lack of does not apply to anyone else's. Each in their category is different from the last, but all of them will cause trouble for the other faction in one way or another. The game does not end when they win. The jester's goal is to be hanged by people of Salami. They will make them haunt, murder those poor fools. That they will then. Blah, 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 I'm gonna reread that. The jester's goal is to be hanged by the people of Salami. They will then haunt, murder those poor fools that voted on their death from the grave. The executioner's goal is to convince the people of Salami to hang a specific player assigned to them at the start of the game. The Doomsayer, I thought that said Slayer, must complete an ancient ritual by correctly guessing the roles of any 3 players. Completing the ritual kills all those regardless of defense or factions. Social deduction. The town of Salami 2 is much deeper than simply knowing what the buttons do. It is a social deduction game at its core where good players race evil to determine who is lying before they are wiped out. Discussion and logic are always at odds. Good versus evil. Well, intelligence versus manipulation. Logical foundations. There are a few basic foundations to keep in mind. Your goal is usually to help your faction be the last one standing. The town is our clueless, paranoid, uninformed majority. They vote on who dies during the day and attempt to deduce who is lying based on evidence and the action of others. The rest have significant advantages over any single townie, but none of that matters if they are put on trial and hanged. In the day, they pretend to be good, acting and voting to hide their identity, but to buy time and eliminate the town at night. One by one, they do not care about the truth, as they are liars the town seeks. Players do not usually have a way to indisputably prove their role/faction while alive. They can only make claims and try to provide evidence to convince the others. Each player has a role with an ability that interacts with other players. This interrogation leaves behind facts and evidence the town can use to determine who is lying. The following section is an introduction to the logic of of Salami 2 as seen by a townie. Example, no interaction. Let's talk about a scenario where no abilities and therefore no interactions outside what people say. We will also assume the coven can talk at night. We now have a situation where there are very little evidence and the only thing left is deduction. No one will admit to being evil, but there is also no foundation to accuse anyone of wrongdoing nor crimes to be guilty of. The coven would try to coordinate, but again, without something to accuse someone of, most they can do is gang up on a single person. While this is not unlike a real witch trial, well, it is a game, and he said, she said. If we expect and this experiment to allow the evil roles tonight at if we expand and this experiment to allow the evil roles to kill at night, the town can and still only accuse players at random and hope they are lucky enough to hang the evil roles. There is still very little evidence outside of claims and process of elimination with the role list. What is left is still largely a game of luck and mob mentality. Finally, we allow abilities back into evil roles visit and kill at night. The investigative roles search at random and watch for visits. Protective roles thwart attacks. Some roles visit and prevent others from using abilities. The coven visits player to affect the results of the night, manipulating outcomes or muddying the truth. We have a symphony of information. Again, information that can be put to good use. So it's an easier version of Mafia. Let's talk about evidence. Bits of information that help the town sniff out the liars. Evidence almost always comes in as a result of the actions of players as the game progresses. A player's role, last will, and cause of death are revealed upon their death. Players' abilities and resulting visits at night create events very few people see. Who knows this information and who does not? It can be very telling. Each role in the role list is only assigned to one person. Therefore, the role list can be used via process of elimination alongside the revealed roles of the dead to know what is possibly in a game. In the claims of other players, did someone say they were attacked, controlled, role blocked? Why do they claim their role? What do they claim their role is? Last wills are recorded of a player's experience revealed upon their death. Do they match up with your own? These can be asked during discussion. Assume the will of a dead player is a lie if they are not a townie. The enemies of the town are not fools. Most evidence is circumstantial, and the player's behavior and deduction is always worth taking into account. What's a visit? Many roles abilities require targeting a player at night and then visiting them to carry out the actions. This could be an attack, protecting someone, investigating role, blocking, dousing someone in gasoline, and more. Some visits are secret and others are shared with the target, but all carry some risk from either roles that can strike back or of being seen by an investigative role. These visits therefore create clues and shared verifiable information. Did someone die? Who visited a player that died that night? Can a clear target confirm they were both attacked? Was a player you attacked in jail? Did a sheriff find a suspicious Was a player you attacked in jail? Did a sheriff find a suspicious player? Rules. The role deck. Each game mode has a role deck. This deck determines which roles will appear in the game and in what numbers. Each card in the deck is assigned to exactly one player. Even with random role slots, most players can only be present up to 3 times. Each town, power, coven, and apocalypse role is unique and can only be present once in a game. Pirate and executioner are also unique. Normally, only one apocalypse role and one in coven killing role may be in the game. The role list is a vital piece of indisputable information. By comparing how many of a role or alignments are in the list of players' claims, layers can be easily spotted as the revealed roles of the dead narrow down the list of possibilities. The role that can contain modifiers and banned roles. Modifiers can change the game in dramatic ways, making all players anonymous, to extending phase times, to changing the rules of the Apocalypse faction. Banned roles cannot appear in the game at all, even with random slots. Example, the role deck. Let's pretend that 2 players, Betty and John, both claim to be the sheriff. Only one sheriff is guaranteed in the game, and while there is a random town card in our deck, chances are not good that is roll the second sheriff. To resolve these conflicts, we consider if someone is lying, and if so, is the claimed role already dead? Did they indicate that both could be lying? Are there any known roles that came with the random card, such as a known town double or a town role that is not listed, like a bodyguard or a seer? This would guarantee one of the 2 is lying. You can ask for the last will and compare it to what you have seen. Contradictions usually indicate a liar. Role-specific logic. Does the will or other claims contract the claimed role's rules? Sometimes the role has a similar effect, like a wildling and a lookout, or a tavern keeper and a poisoner. Is there a pair of for the disguised role in the game? This would be cause. What's a wildling? Oh well. Claiming generally means standing up and saying, I am a blank. Publicly, a townie is at risk of being killed. A non-townie will lie. Town investigative roles tend to claim early and then report their findings each day. Many roles will sometimes claim they have had information that contradicts something being said. Some players claim if they believe it is distinctly advantageous to do so. The nuisance of any of this values by personal preference and by role. Other than that, usually a player only makes a public claim to their role when someone else asks them to, or if someone claims the role as their own. Claim alignments, not role. It is common practice to claim your sub-alignment instead of your actual role, etc. Town protective, not bodyguard. This is because 2 roles, the Ritualist and Doomsayer, can kill if they know your true role. Once the game reaches a point where it is impossible for either to still be alive in the game, claiming roles directly becomes safer. Town investigative roles are the expedition, and since they should be publicly reporting their since they should be publicly reporting their findings each day. Pro tip: if someone is refusing to claim when asked, they might be a good person to vote to trial. This brings the last session to a close. There's much more to learn, but you'll learn much of it yourself once you start playing. You may now explore the guide for more detailed information, or return to the menu and try the game for yourself. Code of conduct, yeah, that's normal. I wrote roles. Let me go to admirer. Hang every criminal and evildoer. Yeah. Admire another player to see if they are accepted. If they are, you will be able to care for them. You may bestow a player during the day. Bestow another player, permanently granting them astral visits, role block immunity, and control immunity. At night, you may admire another person to see if they are your obsession. If they are, your admirability will be praised with a care ability. Care. At night, you may care for your lover, placing a barrier that grants powerful defense on both of you. That ability is astral. Okay, I'm just go. I don't care about any of the others. It said something up. Where is it? Wildling. Okay. Let's just play. Casual. Calamity. Don't fear. Okay. No. How do I go back? Oh, here. Blood and belief. Ah, okay. Don't fear the Reaper. Soul Collector on the good side? Wait. Okay, I gotta go look at the, where is it? Game guide. Roles. Shroud. Oh well. Standard. I'm just gonna do standard. Personalize. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Jack. I don't really have any scrolls. Okay. Players. Roles. Okay, friends, settings. Close. Hello. Here's mine. This is my home. Okay, you can go away now. How can you bless? Okay. Scrolls are consumable items that are given to players in the new player experience track earned through the cauldron and can be purchased in the shop. There are two types of scroll: blessed and cursed. Blessed scrolls increase their chance of becoming a roll, sub-alignment, and faction by 10%. Cursed scroll reduce it. Yeah. So it's basically, yeah, you times 10 and minus 10. Okay, so sort of feature the person at the shop. You're so cool. Okay. Pets. Yeah. Yeah. Can I? How? How do you customize home? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Quan. That. Oh well, guess we're doing blood and belief. Okay, cultist, common coven, vampire, common town, vampire, and no anesthetic or no coroner. Okay. Select name. Davy Jones. Jones. Davy Davy Smith. As Jack. I didn't get enough time. Your role is bodyguard. Oh! Knight dedicated to protecting the town. Cool. Edward Bishop. Man. Who stinks? Oh. I lowered their weapons and shields for the night. Okay. So we got cultist and okay, we got everything. We know that's just the rolls. No, I'm just keeping my armor up just in case. What? Oh, it's daytime. I know what our last will is. Voodoo. Crap. Tyler. Where is Tyler? Oh, I didn't get the vote. Huh? I visited 2. I'm so confused. Real Japanese. Innocent. Okay, okay. Okay. Real Japanese. Guilty! Guilty! Confiscation! Death penalty! Ah! Oh. No, no. Don't care. I'm garlanding sus is sus. No, just for myself. Nah, I'm staying with me. Oh no! Oh, sucker! What is it? Real Mexican, real Mexican. I'm guilty. Conversation. Death penalty. Nice. Yeah. Guard sus is sus. Will. But oh. Guilty! Compensation! Death penalty! Oh, I forgot I was recording. Hello. Moon shadow. Ah. Town deed. Oh nah. Where's town? Oh, it's a subscription. Of course, I need a subscription to buy stuff and look cool. Skins, war, pestilence, famine. Okay. Ah, Willems. Yep. I'm not paying to get them. And I'm out of the shop. Well, how long have I been recording? Almost an hour. Sheesh, it's been a while since I recorded this long. Let's keep playing. Well, actually, I'm gonna end this video here. See you all next time.